To ignite your sexual power, you have to kill the perfect little girl in you. I spoke about this in another video. Um, and essentially, you have to kill the peacemaker in you. Many of us have been trained like this. We've been raised like this. We've been um, programmed and raised to always keep the peace. When people come at you, you're told to, just let them be. Don't follow them in their arguments. When people come at you to try to trigger you, just ignore them and all that. And that's a good thing, to an extent. If the argument, or if something they're talking about or doing is not worth your time, or it's like something silly, or that's something that you really don't find like worthwhile, then it's a good thing to ignore it, because it's not it's a waste of time for you. But it's not always good to be quiet. It's not always good to let it go, because then people are going to deliberately try to trigger you. People are going to deliberately try to come after you, because they know that you are the one that's the peacemaker in the family, or in the community, or in whatever, in the office where you work, or wherever gathering you are in. When people know that you're the one that's always the peacemaker, that's always going to let it go, people will try to trigger you, because you are the one that always lets it go. So sometimes you need to retaliate. You need to retaliate. You need to take a stand for yourself. So you have to let this part of you go. You have to let this part of you that you've been trained to be for such a long time, go. Letting go of being the peacemaker. That's also part of being the perfect little girl. The perfect little girl that wants to please everybody. The perfect little girl that wants to please her parents, doesn't want her parents to be angry, doesn't want her siblings to be angry, wants to keep the peace, wants to be seen as perfect, wants to be seen as the one that makes sure that everything is lined up. Keeping the peace is part of that. When you start beginning to ignite your sexual power, you're going to ruffle a lot of feathers. And it's going to start with your family and friends and the people around you. Because now you're becoming a different person. When you start wearing clothes that show different parts of your body that you've never shown before, when you start standing up for yourself, when you start speaking up, when you start maybe socializing with different people, changing your sexual partner, and going for someone better, people around you are going to have something to say about that, and you have to be willing to weather the storm. You have to be willing to weather that storm. That's why you have to let go of that part of you that is the peacemaker. Because if you fall back into being the peacemaker, then they're going to be able to overpower you, because as you're trying to keep the peace, you're going to let them talk you out of your journey. And I know if you've been watching my videos for a while and you keep coming back, you want to ignite this part of you. You want to ignite your sexual power. You want to ignite your personal power. And like I said in the other videos, it's not going to come without consequence. Men calling you names, and even women calling you names and all that. It's all part of it. You have to be willing to. You can't just give up. That's what I'm trying to say. You can't give up and try to keep the peace, because keeping the peace, you're trying to keep the peace of other people, but you're not trying to keep your own peace. Your own peace meaning you're sacrificing your own truth. You're sacrificing your own true expression, for other people, and that is not the kind of peace that you want, because then you're never going to be true to yourself. You're always going to be hiding. You're always going to be lying about who you are. You're never going to stand up for yourself. You're always going to be a pushover, So I just want to talk about this, because I want people to know, especially I want women to know, that igniting your sexuality is not just about sex and being sexual and wearing nice clothes and all of that, even though that's all part of it. But igniting your sexual power is about igniting your creative force, igniting your power of creation, igniting your personal power. And all of that is involved in that. Being able to speak out, being able to tell the truth, being able to stand up for yourself, even dressing up the way you want to dress up, it's a statement that you're making. You the way you dress up is the way you show up in the world. It's You're making a statement about who you are. So all of that is part of it. And as long as you are the peacemaker, you're gonna have hard time standing out, because you don't want anyone to be angry, you don't want anyone to question you, you don't want anyone to be like, why are you dressing up like this, why are you talking like this, why are you doing this and that. And many of us have been raised like this, to be the peacemaker, like I think I said that before, especially if you are the eldest. Like, I'm the eldest in my family, but not necessarily so. But it could very well be. If you're the eldest, you're told to always let it go, because you're the eldest. You're the one that's supposed to be sensible. You're supposed to be the one that's setting the example. You're the one that's supposed to, be lead the family. You're supposed to be the one that is, um, um, yeah, like I said, much more sensible, and let things go. And then that part becomes part of your identity, and you let everything go, you let things slide. When you go to when you grow up, you go to work, you let people come into your space and talk shit or disrespect you, and you let it go. You 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 get married, you let your partner talk shit to you, and you let it go, because that's how you've been trained since you were young. Um and like I said, igniting your sexual power, letting go of this part of you is also is part of it. And I'm gonna put links in these videos so you can join my course. I'm gonna do that after I finish this video. All right, okay, bye bye, have a good day.